Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Eric from Tech. So I guess you can tell that right in front of me is the latest and greatest from Samsung, which is the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. I've been hearing great things about this S23 Ultra this year. I wanted to see if there were enough differences between the S22 Ultra and the S23 Ultra to justify getting this new phone. So what are we waiting for, guys? Let's get this quick S23 Ultra unboxing going. So you're getting the usual sleek and slim box. So you've got a picture of the phone here. And as you can see, this is the green color this year. So I am a fan of the green color of the S22 Ultra last year, and I got the green color. So we'll see the color difference between these two green versions. At the left side, you've got Galaxy S23 Ultra embossed on the left side of the box, and Samsung embossed on the right side. On the top, it's pretty much empty. At the bottom, you got the specs of the phone. And for your information, guys, I got a 12512, but I actually got this out of a special offer from the Samsung online store. So I'm going to be going into detail on what are the freebies that I got from this S23 Ultra. So you've got a handy pull tab here if you want to pull it, or if you, like myself, I do like to use my pocket knife. Oh, and it dropped like a brick. Sorry guys. So at the top on the small packaging here, so you've got a cutout on the box itself, so it's actually going to make it more slim, so it's going to lie flat on the phone itself. Okay, as expected, there isn't a free case again. There hasn't been a free case for the past couple of years. So you've got your SIM ejector tool, Samsung Care Plus, Samsung Quick Start Guide, and your USB-C to USB-C data and charging cable. And here is the phone. Packaging looks a bit different this year, guys. Got this cardboard cutout that lies on top of the phone, so you don't actually see the color of the phone right away. You peel it off, and this is the green color, and nothing else other than that. So no AKG earphones. So it's been pretty bare bones the past couple of years, but if you actually pre-order the phone, you do get a lot of freebies, so you don't have to worry about missing out on some of those inclusions. But of course, there is no charging brick, and there wasn't one on the S21 Ultra, and there isn't one on the S22 Ultra, and that continues to this year's S23 Ultra. So let's put all these boxes aside, and let's put these two phones side by side. So you can see here, guys, it's a bit of a lighter tint of green on the S23 Ultra. I'm not sure if the correct color for this is botanic green, but I do like the green color, but still leaning more towards the green that they've got on the S22 Ultra. But other than that, they're pretty much identical. Looking at it from the top, you're going to be hard-pressed to find any difference between these two phones. So before I go ahead and discuss the features of the phone, I just wanted to show you guys what I got, or the freebies that I got from my S23 Ultra pre-order on the Samsung online store. So I was lucky enough to actually get my hands on the Galaxy Watch 5, which came free. So this actually comes in at around 16,990 Philippine peso. And for you guys that are not here in the Philippines, here are some quick price conversions on the screen down below. So it's already a pretty good deal when you get the watch for free. If you order within the limited time, you get a 5,000 Philippine peso accessory voucher, where I actually got these 3 cases for free. So I've got 2 silicone cases. One is the green color, and I've got a navy blue. And I also got my hands on the frame case in the black color. There are a lot of options to choose as long as it fits within that 5,000 voucher limit. So for some of my friends, they actually went ahead and got a fast charger. Since I already have a couple of fast chargers lying around, I didn't bother to get one. I'm just going to be reusing what I have. So of course, I'm going to be testing the cases, so you'll see the fit and finish on the S23 Ultra. So going right back to the phone, guys. So it's pretty hard pressed to find any visual difference between these two phones, though of course if you look at it from the top, you'll notice that the sides of the S23 Ultra is a bit more flat when compared to the rounded edges of the S22 Ultra. So basically, very similar design. It's exactly the same phone in some aspects, because you've still got your S Pen on the left side, your downward firing speaker. And what I've noticed here is that you've got an additional mic input on the bottom here, whereas there's only one on the S22 Ultra. And at the top, you've still got your mic. Left side is pretty much bare, and on the the right side, you get your volume buttons and your power button. And what I've noticed is it's actually a bit lower down the phone when compared to the S22 Ultra. It's actually just a tad bit lower, guys. Most likely they want it to be more easier to reach. This is still a very big phone, and it's not a phone that you can use one hand if you're a guy who doesn't have the biggest hands around. So let's go ahead and turn on the phone now. So of course, before I go ahead and start testing out the phone, here are some key specs. Unless you've been living under a rock, probably heard about some of these specifications already, but for the sake of the channel, I'm going to be showing you these specs on screen. It has a similar display to the S22 Ultra. It has a 6.8-inch Quad HD AMOLED display. It still has the 120Hz refresh rate. It has a 3088 by 1440 resolution screen. It has a 500 ppi or pixels per inch pixel density. It is HDR 10 Plus certified, and as for the brightness, it's actually rated at 1200 nits max manual brightness with a peak of 1750 when you're in direct sunlight. And in terms of protection, it has Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2 both on the front and the back of the phone. And similar to the S22 Ultra, it still carries an IP68 rating, which means it is dust and water resistant up to 1.5 meters for up to 30 minutes. But even though it is IP68 rated, I don't recommend you actually taking your phone and using it underwater, because as per Samsung's warranty, it doesn't cover water damage. There's actually water damage indicators inside the phone, and Samsung will know if your phone was damaged due to having it dunked in a body of water. And as for the chipset, guys, this actually carries the latest and greatest from Qualcomm, which is the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. And not just any normal Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, this actually carries the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy. So what does that mean, guys? This is actually an optimized version of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chipset, and is actually looking more like a Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 2 if you actually compare the specs between the normal 8 Gen 2 and the 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy. So the main difference between the normal 8 Gen 2 is that on the CPU side of things, the normal 8 Gen 2 only hits a CPU speed of 3.2 GHz, while in the case of the 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy, the CPU is actually overclocked to 3.36 GHz. And not only that, on the GPU side of things, the normal 8 Gen 2 is running at 680 MHz, while in the case of the 8 Gen 2 or the overclocked 8 Gen 2 optimized for Galaxy, you've got the GPU running at 719 MHz. Now, you might be thinking these are just small increments, but it's going to directly translate to higher performance, especially in benchmarks. But of course, you're going to be hard-pressed to find any difference in normal day-to-day use, especially when you're not a heavy gamer. Now, of course, we all know that having such a powerful chipset under the hood is going to cause a lot of heat, and heat is one of the main problems in keeping performance consistent, guys. The cooling system on the S23 lineup is actually improved when you're comparing it with the Galaxy S22 lineup of phones. So as you can see in this diagram, guys, the vapor cooling chamber on the S23 lineup is a lot larger when compared to the one that you find on the Galaxy S22 phones. So that means the cooling is going to be more efficient, and your phone is going to be able to run at maximum performance with hopefully no throttling. And I'm going to be putting this phone to the test in my usual Antutu benchmark test and my gaming test to see how well it holds up when compared with some of the other dedicated gaming phones like the Red Magic 7S Pro and the Red Magic 8 Pro. In terms of the RAM, guys, this now carries LPDDR5X when compared to the LPDDR5 RAM on the S22 Ultra. And of course, it has one of the fastest storage around, which is now UFS 4.0, whereas the S22 Ultra still carries the UFS 3.1 storage. So that will directly translate to a more snappy experience, because reading and writing from storage is going to be a lot faster, and that's going to be very evident, of course, when you're using the phone to take photos. So let's continue with what else has changed, guys. So the S22 Ultra had the base model of 8128, but in the case of the S23 Ultra, the base model is actually upgraded to 256 GB. Now, as I mentioned earlier, guys, I've got the 12512, but here is where the value comes in. Because of the pre-order promo that I've got here in the Philippines, I only paid for the 8256 model. So basically, I've gotten very good value for money, guys, because I only paid for the 8256, but they gave me the 12512. So let me know in the comment section down below what kind of promos you've got with the S23 Ultra. And the pre-order for the S23 lineup is still ongoing until the 23rd of February, so it's well worth checking out, guys, since you're getting a lot of value for the money. And if you look at the back, guys, the camera layout is the same, and I am a fan of the camera layout. Some of you prefer the S21 Ultra camera layout, but personally, I like the one that came on the S22 Ultra and now carried over to the S23 Ultra. So the main difference here, guys, is that the main shooter has been upgraded to 200 megapixels when compared to the 108 megapixels main camera on the S22 Ultra. It still has the same 12 megapixel ultra wide, the same 10 megapixel 3x zoom, and the same 10 megapixel 10x periscope zoom that you find in both phones. So in that aspect, it's very similar. There is a bit of a downgrade, guys, but I'm not sure if you will agree with me that it is a downgrade, because in terms of the selfie camera or the front camera, the S22 Ultra had a 40 megapixel camera, whereas the S22 Ultra now has only a 12 megapixel selfie camera. But in some limited testing, guys, I've noticed that the selfie camera is a bit more detailed on the S22 Ultra when compared to the S22 Ultra. That actually proves the point that more megapixels doesn't automatically mean that it's a better picture. It's going to be highly dependent on the processing that your phone is capable of. It's actually married to the software that processes that image. They still both carry the 5000 mAh battery capacity, still limited to 45 watts max charging, which is a bit disappointing, guys, because other phone manufacturers are stepping up their game and putting in higher charging speeds. Of course, it still supports wireless charging and the reverse wireless charge, which is rated around 10 to 15 watts. Even though they have the same 5000 mAh battery, early tests are showing that the S23 Ultra actually lasts a lot longer than the previous model because the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is better optimized and doesn't use as much power when compared to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 that I've got on my S22 Ultra. And since it's a lot more efficient, what I've noticed is that the S23 Ultra doesn't get quite as hot as the S22 Ultra, so I have high hopes that this phone is going to perform very well when playing demanding games such as Genshin Impact. So stick around, guys. Make sure you're subscribed and you've turned on your notifications so that you'll be the first to know once that gaming test and throttling test on the S23 Ultra is up. They did say that the speaker quality is vastly improved when compared to the S22 Ultra. So let's put that to a quick test on my usual speaker test on the channel. So let me open up YouTube real quick. Okay, so starting the test, guys. So let me start with the S22 Ultra. I'm getting a bit more clarity on the S23 Ultra when compared to the S22 Ultra, but I'm not sure if it's just me, guys. So let me know in the comment section down below which phone you think actually sounds better. So getting a bit of warmer tone on the S22 Ultra guys when compared to the S23 Ultra, but they're still very good displays, and I still firmly believe that Samsung is still capable of putting out one of the best phone displays on the market right now. Now for a quick Antutu benchmark test guys, so of course that's something that you guys are very interested in finding out. So alright guys, so doing a quick Antutu benchmark test in 3, 2, 1.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
So finally, test is done. This is just a quick test guys. So 1,153,158 on the S23 Ultra with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 optimized for Galaxy, and 804,459 on the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 on the S22 Ultra. CPU score is a lot higher on the S23 Ultra as expected, of course GPU as well. Memory is a lot higher, as well as the user experience. In terms of the temperature guys, S23 Ultra actually got a bit hotter, 43.1 degrees Celsius, whereas the S22 Ultra only hit around 40.7. They both lost around the same battery, around 5%. So based on these initial benchmark scores guys, I can see that the S23 Ultra is a very powerful phone because of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy. I can't wait to put it through its paces and run my usual Antutu benchmark test, my throttling test, and my heavy gaming test to see how well it performs against gaming phones such as the ROG Phone 6, the Red Magic 7S Pro, and even the latest Red Magic 8 Pro from Nubia. So hopefully I can get my hands on the Red Magic 8 Pro so I can do a direct comparison between two Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 carrying phones. Alright guys, so some final test here. Let's go ahead and check the fit and finish up some of these cases. So starting with the S23 Ultra frame case. So it's actually kind of a bumper case and you just put the frame inside. So like the name says, it's a frame case because that's basically what you're getting, a frame. Okay, I think you're supposed to put this on top of the camera cutout so you're aligned, and then put it in the case. There you go guys. So you can actually put some credit cards here at the back. Buttons feel good. Yeah, I'm kind of digging this case guys. So if you don't want to have a black cover or you want to see the green color or the color of the back of your phone, you can opt to use this this clear back. Well, of course, you're going to be missing out on functionality of this card holder. So this is the navy blue color. Okay, so you got a soft finish on the back of the case. Make sure that you don't get any scratches on your phone itself. Okay, so it doesn't seem to be as sticky or rubbery as the previous silicone cases that I've used. So I think I'm gonna be liking this one guys. So let's put it in. Of course, you've got your buttons there, all very clicky. Volume up, volume down, and you got access to the S Pen, no worries. And one final case to test is the green color silicone case. Wow, really liking the color guys. So will my S22 Ultra LED cover case work on the S23 Ultra? So let me try to put it in. No luck guys, it doesn't fit. Yeah, it just won't fit guys, so no luck. I won't be able to use this LED cover for my S23 Ultra. But will an S22 Ultra fit on some of the silicone cases? It actually does. Though you see at the back, it's not a perfect fit on the cameras. So yeah, you're not going to be able to save money by using S23 Ultra accessories or cases on your previous S22 Ultra. Alright, so there you go guys, a quick look at the latest and greatest from Samsung, which is the S23 Ultra, and I did a quick comparison with the S22 Ultra. So let me know in the comment section down below if you guys think that this is a worthy upgrade even if you've already got an S22 Ultra, and I would love to discuss it further. But until then, let me go ahead and end this quick unboxing video. As usual, a sub would be massively appreciated, so please like and subscribe, hit that bell icon notification, and see you all on my next one.